Cheers, motherfucker. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Robin. I feel like it's been a minute, and probably because it has been a minute, but you know, it's holiday season. So anything after like Halloween doesn't really count. What is time after Halloween? We start fresh in January, but that's neither here nor there. I'm here because it is so close to the end of the year. I'm doing the ringing in the new year tag that was originally done by my bestie Ray over at Bookmark Chronicles, and so I said, why not? Let me ring in the new year with these questions. Also, say hi to Blair. Anyway, I have my drink because how can you bring in the new year without something to toast with, right? So let's get into the questions that I vaguely only know the answers for. So the best book or series that you've read in 2023, I think for sure the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey, definitely one of them. I was very pleasantly surprised by it. I just thought I was gonna go in and have like an all right time. And it turned out to be a wonderful time. We've had some sexy times. We've got murder, lots of murder, lots of just acts of violence. So if that's not your jam, I would steer away from that. And you know, a serial killer just sounds like fun. But what really is a serial killer? That was one of them. And then I will say that one of the best books I read this year was Animal by Kwan. Not the whole series, just the first one for reasons. And I'll get more into that in like my best and worst of the year. That was my first 5-star read of the year. I was shocked that that was going to be it. And I just had a fun, amazing time with that. And then Ray and I went on this crazy ride reading it together. I read Animal because Monet and Ashley had read it and they were talking about it and I was intrigued. So I had to read it for myself and did not disappoint. Second question is authors that you've discovered this year and like to read more from. I read a lot of debut and new to me authors this year, and there were a couple that kind of stuck out to me. One was surprisingly Emily Henry. I didn't think that that lady was gonna be my bag, but maybe she is. I will definitely be reading more from her. Another person was Libba Bray. I read the Diviners series and I was pleasantly surprised considering that it was a YA. It's very hit or miss for me, right? But I would be interested to see what her other books are like, because if it's anything like the Diviners, sign me up immediately. Now, just put it in my veins. Right here. Right here. You can't see my veins. I'm wearing a sweater. But Libba Bray. These two came out of my Blackoween reading. Shout out to Bree, the creator of Blackoween. But the first one is Megan Giddings because I read Lakewood and it left me so unsettled. And I was like, if she can do this just off of me reading this, my dreams were messed up. If she can just do that, what else can she make me feel? How else can I feel disturbed, unsettled? I would like to find out. So I will be reading more from Megan Giddings. And I will also be reading more from Brandon Massey. I read Nana. I did not love it like I wanted to, but I still enjoyed the creepiness factor up to a point. And I would like to see what else he writes. So I take away that I like to feel unsettled and creepy. And yeah. And those are the authors, besides Emily Henry, who left me feeling just kind of a little sad, a little hopeful. I don't know, but we'll figure out what she makes me feel because I will definitely be reading more from her. I will definitely be reading more from all of them and many more of the debut and new to me authors that I picked up this year. The best book turned movie TV adaptation in 2023 or most anticipated adaptation for 2024. And the answer to that is I have neither. I'm not a big like movie, TV person to begin with. And like, so adaptations, it's like, okay, cool. If I catch it, I catch it. If I don't, I don't. I don't even know what's coming up. I don't even know it came out. So the answer is nothing. Number 4, Has your reading habits changed at all this year? And have you gotten into any new genres? My reading habits, I will say, I DNF'd more. I just did a video about all the books I DNF'd, and I think I DNF'd like 16, which isn't a ton. But for me, that is a lot because I just typically don't DNF. I will see it through. But I was just like, it's gotta go. I cannot continue reading things. And I did. I DNF'd them. I said, hey, it's not you, it's me. But actually it was you and not me most of the time. Sometimes it really was me. My favorite ship, romantic or platonic, of the new year or new favorite character. And I feel like I've read so much this year that trying to think all the way back to the beginning of the year who some of my favorite characters were is hard. And so like the characters I've read about currently are more fresh on my brain. And so I'm gonna say Manon Blackbeak from the Throne of Glass series because I just finished it. Thank God, me and Sarah, we can part ways. But I know that we met her in Heir of Fire, which I read last year. Don't really remember it. But we came back at Crown, was it Crown of Midnight? Whatever the fourth book is. It's a red cover. She's on fire. Maybe. I don't know. My memory is not that great. But it's the fourth book, and I read from 4 to 7, and Manon really just stuck out to me. She was the MVP of the series for me. I really think that's why I stuck with it, because the main three, Kale, Dorian, and Aelin, Selena, just, I didn't care about them. So it was everybody else that I was interested in. So Manon Blackbeak was it for me. I'm trying to think if there was anybody else that like just really stuck out to me. I can't think of anybody, but you know what I can think of? I can think of a character I hate the most. His name is Jack Barlow Jr. or Jack Barlow, depending on who you're going with. And that's not really the character's fault. Really, it's more the author's fault. But that's a topic for another day. But if you're interested in knowing why I hate Jack Barlow, just ask me, I'll tell you. I'm ready to tell anybody. Number 6, have you started planning your TBR for 2024, and how many books do you hope to read? I haven't started planning all of my books. I have some ideas for things that I want to read in 2024. I have started planning my buddy reads with Ray. We do a buddy read a month. We've been doing that since like last year, and we're going strong. And so we started planning those. But as far as like my just regular TBR, I haven't. But if you're watching this, you guys can help me plan my January TBR. So stay tuned. Take a look-see around my Instagram next week. If you're watching this next week, then you know it's the week between Christmas and New Year. So look that week. But yes, I will be planning things eventually, or maybe I'll just spend this year picking up things that make me feel happy. No plans, just vibes. Number 7 is, will you be planning in any readathons or challenges? I don't typically participate in readathons, except this year I was one of the co-hosts for Black Weenathon, and whether I'm a co-host again next year or not, I will be participating in that because I love being scared. Also, I am very competitive when it comes to non-competitive things. And so I have to dominate. I've got to become Investigator Thoreau and all of the locations on the Blackaween map. I became Investigator Thoreau at St. Treme Graveyard this year. And so I've got 5 more locations to go. I must win. What am I winning? Nothing. Who am I competing against? Absolutely no one. But I shall win. But on that note, I think maybe I will partake in a couple of challenges or 2. Just for funsies. I haven't done one in a long time, and I think it just might be fun to do another one again. We'll see. We'll see where life takes us. And the last question, any New Year's resolutions or goals for 2024? I do have some. I definitely want to continue DNFing, DNF more when things just aren't feeling right to me. Maybe pick up some sci-fi. I've been saying I want to read some more sci-fi, or just read sci-fi because the more implies that I read sci-fi. And and I don't. But I have a ton of sci-fi books and I'm just like, I know I would like them if I read them. And I just haven't read them. So definitely picking up some more of those. I also want to do a little bit more rereading. I never reread ever because I'm always just like, there are new things I need to discover. I don't have time to go back and read the things I've already read. I have to go forward. Can't go back. But we can go back because there have been things that have been on my mind and I'm just like, man, I really want to revisit that. I want to go back there and read that and see if I can evoke those same feelings that I had. And so we're gonna try to reread a little bit more. See what happens. All of this is a see what happens because I have all of these plans in my head, and what are plans? It's equivalent to time. It's a very obscure thing. My last goal is, and I'll talk about this more maybe in a goals video, maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. But I am going to be having a low buying year in 2024 overall, just in my life. And that includes books. So I will be buying less books. I don't think I bought a ton. I was about to say, I don't think I bought a ton of books, but I currently remember that my bookends series is not on the right side of good. So, and I don't know where I'm going to end up at the end of December. So let me not say too much, but definitely buying less books, reading the books that I already have, going to the library more, maybe borrowing a book from a friend or two. But I gotta stop buying the books. Does it bring joy? Yes. But do I need it to bring joy this year? Probably not. I can relax. That was my ringing in the new year tag. Shout out to Ray. Go check out her channel. Go check out her tag that she did this year. And I hope that you all are having very happy holidays. I hope that you all will ring in the new year in a very fun, exciting, happy way, whatever that means to you. If that means that you're in bed on New Year's Eve by 8 o'clock, I love that for you and I want that to be me, but I don't think it's gonna be me. It's gonna be me. Anyway, that's random. But yes, I hope that you all have a happy new year. Cheers it up for me and Blair, who has left. He left. He's not there anymore. Happy New Year.